Welcome. I'm Amy Bumpus, a member of the Benedum Bumpus Group at Coldwell Banker, and as your trusted advisors for real estate, we'd like to share some information with you on how recessions affect the real estate market. Since COVID-19 has started, we've been getting a lot of questions about this, and although I always tell my clients I don't have a crystal ball, but I could use one, we can use historical data as a guide along with the analysis of our economists from the NAR and other real estate groups to help us navigate during times like COVID-19 and to help you make the best decisions possible. Let's start off with some good news in a time where there's very little good news. A recession does not equal a housing crisis. As a matter of fact, it's often a safe haven investment during times of recessions. Freddie Mac reports that there have only been 2 recessions in recent times that have affected the housing market. That was the Great Recession, which most of us remember from beginning around 2007 or 8, and the Gulf War recession. And yes, the last recession was very painful for many of us, as the national averages were around 20% loss of value in homes. But this recession leaves us with the wrong impression when you look at the historical data. And currently, economists are predicting that it's the housing market that is poised to pull us out of this pause in the economy more rapidly. Because when a home is sold, it creates a lot of stimulation for the economy. People pay for movers, they go to big box stores for home improvement items, they buy new furniture, they have new landscaping installed, and in general, they do a lot of work on the home. As a matter of fact, 20% of the US GDP is based around the housing market. So if you're still stuck on the numbers and feeling that the last Great Recession is still going to be an issue for coming out of the COVID-19 pause, let's look at the numbers a different way. The S&P suffered a 51% correction over a 3-year period. And the housing market only suffered a 20% loss over the same 3-year period. Next, let's talk about the comparisons of the COVID-19 pause to the 9/11 recession that we experienced. And that was similar to COVID because it had the same shock and it put people in a state of fear and anxiety, and for the same types of events. People were afraid to go to large public gatherings because of fear of another terrorist attack coming. And with COVID-19, we're going to see the same kinds of large group social gatherings impacted because of fear of getting sick. So for example, the airlines, the hospitality industry, restaurants, anything you would spend discretionary money on, entertainment, concerts, theater, these industries are feeling a lot of pressure and are being very negatively impacted right now. Then, as we move into the mid-2000s, you'll recall that the market overheated. We were seeing double-digit appreciation in the 12.5% range. So this created where most people will blame the Great Recession on the housing market, that a housing bubble was created. So we move into the Great Recession, and then in the 6 years following the Great Recession, we've only been seeing appreciation in the 4 to 6% range, which is historically typical, and it is not creating a housing bubble as we move through this COVID-19 pause. So what caused the double-digit appreciation and the housing bubble? Well, during the mid-2000s, the lending industry went through a period with the relaxation of the standards. So we had more buyers than ever before, putting a lot of pressure on the market and the inventory, which was driving prices higher and higher. With the current lending standards being more strict right after the Great Recession and remaining strict, we are not seeing the increase in pricing that's out of control. And so therefore, the NAR and other economists are still predicting no housing bubble after COVID-19. Another reason for the slow rebound after the Great Recession was inventory. As we reached the peak in the Great Recession, we were carrying around an 8-month supply of inventory. And currently, nationwide, we're seeing about a 3-month supply of inventory, and here in Central Ohio, we're still maintaining at a 1-month supply of inventory. So we don't see the inventory challenges that we had leaving the last Great Recession.
Okay.
The two final key differences between the Great Recession and the current pause is, as we were coming out of the Great Recession, the equity that people had in their homes was very low. Currently, we're seeing a very different landscape. Currently, across the nation, 50% of homes have 50% equity, or they have no mortgage at all. And another difference is the affordability. Homes are actually more affordable now in the medium price range than they were in the mid-2000s. Then it used about 25% of a person's income to purchase a home, versus now around 15% of income are the current levels. So that puts a lot less pressure on consumers for purchasing and paying for their homes. So we hope that you found this information to be helpful. If you have further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us anytime. We're here for you. And just one more reminder that at Caldwell Banker, we are trying to do what we can to help people during the COVID crisis. And we have a virtual food drive going on right now. So if you'll head on over to our Facebook page, and I'll leave the link down below, you can participate virtually through the link to help out with the food drive during this time. We hope you'll participate, and if you have any questions, you can also give me a call. And I just want to remind everyone out there that although we may not be in the same boat, we are all in the same storm. And we want you to believe that we are better together. So please reach out to us anytime. We're here for you. Take care and stay well.